check that box. We'll make sure all 6 of them get that first part
Heat
of the start
2A.
sequence correct.
Finally away
the
from
5, Graham Trucking, Jimmy
black
Shane.
and maroon boat, the Unlimited. You got all 6 of them coming your way.
And at the top end of the course, the first
The 9, Les Schwab presents Sound Propeller, John Zimmerman.
Graham Trucking with Jimmy Shane. Right behind him in the 9, Les Schwab presents Sound Propeller
The
Services.
U6, Oh Boy Alberto,
There's your
Steve David.
5-minute gun.
And a little bit farther back, the Old Boy Oberto, the 6 with Steve David. So those 3 coming across the start-finish line at speed.
The U-1 Spirit of Qatar 96, Dave Villwock.
In the 1, Spirit of Qatar 96. And he's taking it way out wide on the course and behind
21, Miss HAPO Community Credit Union, Brian Perkins.
In the 21. So on the backstretch, you have the Leland Craft 100 with Greg Hopp. He will make that turn at the top end of the course, west end of the course, and then come across the start-finish line at speed, and then the milling
Finally,
will
the U1
commence.
100.
A lot of bouncing on their sponson.
Leland Unlimited 1.
Finish line.
Greg Hopp.
Michael Dave Villwock actually has that boat really loose.
Oh Boy Alberto cutting across the infield along with the 5, Graham Trucking. Dave Villwock continues up the backstretch. And here comes Greg Hopp, the last across start-finish line at speed in Heat 2A from Connell Oil. And now all boats have scored up at this position at the start-finish line, Brad.
All right, so we can check that box at 3 minutes and 50 seconds to the start, 3:50. Now we'll let the games begin here. We've seen Steve David cut the course. We have seen Dave Villwock cut the course. Villwock's going to do it again. Boy, we remember this sight from the Budweiser days, don't we? He'd just sit there and do donuts in the middle of the course until his crew would say, all right, now pull it out on the front straightaway, and your timing should be good. So the fun's going to begin here in just a moment. Watch those boats up in the upper corner. See if Dave Villwock cuts the course and comes over to the front straightaway, and then would have an option to what he wants to do, and here he comes.
Yeah, here he comes.
Oh, now he did, a little bit late. Steve David is camping out in lane number 1, but Jimmy Shane came around in the 5 Graham Trucking and tried to claim the first lane, but Dave Villwock has jumped in front of him, right in front of us at the Brunswick's Barge at the Northern Quest Resort Casino start-finish line.
And Jimmy Shane's coming right up behind him, it looks like. Yeah, did Dave have 5 boat lengths when he jumped out there?
I think he did.
All right, because that would have been a question. You got to have 5, and now look at Jimmy Shane. He is going to.
He had 5.
Yeah, he sure did.
And here comes the old boy Alberto to jump in front of him.
Nope, he's going to go around.
Okay, he's going to dive through the infield, and Dave Villwock has to go right through his wake. And he's going to go around.
Yeah, looks like he is too. Go ahead, Jimmy Shane. It's yours if you want it, at least at this point. But remember, when they go past the 1-minute buoy, that's not when they establish their lane. They have to go up the backstretch first. So this is only the first part. 2 minutes and 30 seconds, Mike.
Well, now the 9 has gone across the infield to the backstretch with John Zimmerman. And here comes Greg Hopp in the 100 and the 6, Oh Boy Alberto at the start-finish line. Well, this is getting kind of dicey.
Yeah, it's getting real choppy right here at the
Yes, it is. Look at the 9 bouncing around, coming to the front stretch through the infield.
Is that Dave coming across last up there?
No,
Dave's
that's
in the
it.
middle. I see Dave. He's in the middle there, 3.
He's with Oh Boy Alberto.
2 minutes, 1 to the 1.
I got 1 more minute to kill, Jimmy Shane, and this is why Ted Porter and the guys from Decatur, Indiana, picked this particular hull to run as a Graham Trucking. This was the former T6 Budweiser that was built for fuel restrictions and built to go slow.
Right over a roller and through the wake, and the 21 is
now
in the middle of traffic. Everybody's okay?
We got a jam right here between Villwock and Steve David. Steve David's going to try and push his boat between Villwock and Jimmy Shane, and he got through there. So wow, we had some weight crossing down here.
You see those
jumping the wakes, trying to fight for those lanes.
Man,
down to the 1 minute mark.
Serious rollers
is underway.
And now Villwock moves in front of Steve David and to the left and on the inside of him. They are pushing some water right now. There's 13 seconds.
10.
someone dead?
The 9 is
9 just went dead. Oh.
9 is dead. He's coming. He's coming.
Got a puff of smoke, but he's going. 1 minute.
They got it through. Looks like everybody got a clean start. If there was any question, it would have been on the ground. Watch Steve David. Here he goes. He's trying to run hard on the outside, maybe to get around Villwock. I don't think he's got enough room.
No, he doesn't, and he's backing out of the throttle now, and Jimmy Shane's going to hold on to lane number 1, Dave Villwock in lane 2, and the 6-0 Boy Alberto in lane number 3. Then on the outside, Brian Perkins in the 21 HAPO. John Zimmerman in the 9 is coming up the backstretch with a full head of steam trying to catch the pack.
Tony, you're going to have some water over there.
Oh boy, I'll tell you what, there's some rollers already developing down here, but it's going to be exciting as they make their way around here.
Let's catch the countdown as Greg Hopnow is way on the outside in the Leland 100. We're at 20 seconds, Jeff.
Coming up on 15.
15 seconds.
Countdown continues. Lane number 1 is going to be the 5 Ram trucking with Jimmy Shane. Dave Villwock. Lane 2, just outside of him, the 6 O'Boy Alberto with Steve David. 1 mark. The Miss HAPO's falling back at the start-finish line. Good boat speed with the O'Boy Alberto, but Dave Villwock in lane 2 is ready to challenge.
3 of them abreast are going to come down here. Shane's in lane 1. He's got the lead, but Villwock's dead even with him, and so is Steve Davis and Tony. And Villwock has got it punched hard in their buzzer. Villwock just got on the right side. Jimmy Shane and the 5 through the exit pin first. Villwock in second in lane 2, and in lane 3, the Alberto. And Villwock is punching it down and heading down the backstretch, Michael.
Jimmy Shane leading in the 5 Gram trucking. Dave Villwock outside of him and falling back a little bit as they come down the back stretch of the course. What a fantastic race. The O'Boy Alberto also right on the hip on the outside. Here comes Jimmy Shane in the 5 Gram trucking. Dave Villwock's going to take the lead at the upper end of the course. Look at that boat speed around turn number 4 at the exit pin for Dave Villwock. And then there's Steve David in 3rd place in the O'Boy Alberto. Deck-to-deck racing. Jimmy Shane is going to give up the lead to Dave Villwock after lap number 1 coming down the front stretch.
Coming down the front straightaway, Steve David is given ground to Dave Villwock in lane number 2. He's got a couple of boat lengths on Jimmy Shane, but it's still anybody's boat race. They're going to get down here to the rough water. Shane's got lane position, but Villwock's got boat speed. They're to the apex and Tony. And that's exactly what it is. Villwock is bouncing across in lane 2, and he's going across, tiptoeing on those sponsons, and it's Shane through the exit pin first. Here they go, deck to deck down the backside.
Falling back a little bit, the O'Boy Alberto, the 6 with Steve David. It's a 2-boat race, and what a dandy out there. Coming up the backstretch, Dave Villwock with a 2-boat length lead, but Jimmy Shane is really pushing it hard in the 5 Gram trucking. Villwock will lead as they get into turn number 3 at the top end of the course. Villwock now with a half rooster tail lead as they come into turn number 4, right at the apex. Wall of water off the skid pin. What a great race. Connell Oil, head 2A. Trying to get that lead back with a short trip around the course, and he is leading. No, Villwock's going to regain the lead as they come back across the start-finish line. Lap speed for Villwock, 149.688.
You got a spin up in the upper corner.
Yeah, Brian Perkins has hooked in the Miss HAPO, the 21, and he's dead in the water. He'll be floating to the infield of the course.
Tony, take him! Here comes Villwock. He's walking across those sponsons in lane number 3. And a big hole there by Jimmy Shane in the 5. Villwock out of the exit pin first. He's in lane number 2. In lane number 1, it's Jimmy Shane in the 5 Gram trucking, and coming up on lane number 4, the Alberto.
Jimmy Shane hit a huge hole and popped out of it. He's A-OK heading up the backstretch, but that cost him a lot of boat speed. And now Dave Villwock is leading by a rooster tail coming up the backstretch. 3rd place, the O'Boy Alberto. He's trying to get relit. Brian Perkins at the top end of the course in the 21.
Went dead in turn 3.
Jimmy Shane retaining the lead. Brian Perkins trying to get back on plane, and he's back onto the course. Villwock is dead in the water. Jimmy Shane comes across the start-finish line. And a checker flag for Jimmy Shane in the 5 Gram trucking. How about that? What a race! Dave Villwock lost boat speed, lost power at the top end of the course. 2nd place will be the O'Boy Alberto. The 6 was Steve David. Amazing finish. 100 Leland Unlimited with Greg Hoppy in 3rd place. Brian Perkins, he's a lap behind after he hooked at the top end of the course. It's going to be John Zimmerman in 4th in the 9 Les Schwab presents Sound Propeller Services.
It might have been Dave saw Brian Perkins coming up when he was coming around there fast, and it may have slowed down. Maybe one of the reasons.